What's going on, everyone? In this video, we're going over 5 tips to improve your digital SAT score for August. So hopping right into it, you want to utilize online practice tests. For some reason, students feel like they only have 8 practice tests to use, and those are the ones provided by College Board. But no, College Board offers 8 paper practice SATs, which you can take and it'll still help you prepare for a digital one. And you can take the 4 digital SATs that are released on College Board. And furthermore, since the digital SAT has already been administered internationally, there are a lot of online, maybe leaked, maybe not leaked, digital SATs that you can study from that were actually given. And if you know College Board, that sometimes they repeat questions. So your digital SAT might have some questions that are on previous digital SATs. And if they're not the exact same question, they're gonna be very, very similar. That's the SAT in a nutshell, right? All the questions are very, very similar. Now you want to explore personalized learning paths. And what I mean by this is your study routine is something that is unique to you. What you do won't work for the other person, and that won't work for the other person. Maybe it will, but everyone has their own way of studying. They grasp things at a different rate, and that's like a fact. Unless you're like a genius and your friend is a genius and you both remember everything super quick, which most people just don't. So you want to make sure that you are able to find a study regime that fits you. Whether this means just studying math for a week and then studying reading for another week, whether this means alternating. Like personally, I always tell my students and myself when I studied was to study math and reading both days. So I would do like an hour and 30 of math and an hour and 30 of reading. The reason being, you need to make sure you're attacking both sections equally. Right now, I know some students might have that mindset where they're gonna take the SAT twice and they know they will, right? Even though you should regardless. But their mindset is they're only gonna focus on math, and the second SAT they'll only focus on reading, and they'll super score, which is a valid way to do your SATs. But the thing is, if you mess up on even one of those exams, then you're gonna have to take a third SAT, which is gonna suck. That's why I would say you want to explore personalized learning paths and like test mindsets that work for you and that you know will help you get the score you want to the highest extent. You want to leverage educational apps. For some reason, students forget the fact that the SAT isn't just practice tests. It isn't just Khan Academy. There's other educational apps out there that can really help you with the SAT. I remember in high school, my professor would always make us do an SAT question of the day on like Kaplan or Varsity Tutors. We would do both of those sites. Every single day, we read the question of the day, which is, obviously it's only one question every day, also 2 total, but that's fine. These are questions that are new. They offer a new look at certain problems. They offer a new way to see a problem. You don't see these problems often because they aren't your regular practice test problems. So why not use educational apps or websites to broaden your SAT knowledge, right? To really hone in on your SAT skills. In fact, there's dozens of free apps on the App Store you can download today. I myself am partnered with LearnQ.ai, where they have like a whole digital SAT platform, customized mock tests, customized problems. It tells you your projected score, everything that I offer for like free, depending on if you buy my course or not. But it's a really good thing to use, and there's a bunch of other completely free resources out there. So I want no excuse. All right, if you have no money to your name, you don't need any money to study for the SAT. Like, you really don't. I didn't spend $1 on SAT study, okay? But I obviously was able to practice by myself. My learning path was self-studying, and it worked for me. Some students might need that tutor, they might need that online guidance. So look towards educational apps. This is a new tip that I don't say a lot, but I have come to find this actually helps students a lot. And in fact, in college, I used to do this all the time. And I do this for all my exams, and that's to participate in online study groups. Okay, participating in online study groups will help you stay focused. It'll help you make sure that you're on track, because sometimes it can get hard self-studying or even having a tutor, right? But your tutor will only tutor you for like 2 hours, and then the rest 18 hours or whatever you're awake, you're like, I don't want to study anymore outside the session. But if you have a friend or you're in a group that holds you accountable, they're like, hey, did you spend your 4 hours per day studying today outside your tutoring session? And you're like, no. And they'll get on you like, yo, what are you doing? You're not getting the score you want. So having that check and balance system will help anyone a lot. So this is why you want to participate in online study groups. It's going to make a big difference, especially if you're doing a self-studying routine and you have no tutor. It's good to be a part of a SAT studying community, and you're gonna find this is something you're gonna do in college a lot. With you and your friends that are in the same class, you have an exam coming up, you're all gonna study together, ask each other questions, take practice tests together. It's all part of the system, so why not start that right now? And the last thing is to analyze mistakes with AI-powered tools. Guys, AI is the new biggest thing in educational space, and one of the best things about it is the fact that, like I said, LearnQ.ai has whole AI-powered tools to help you learn. But there's other tools out there as well that use AI, like flashcards, a website, I think called Anki, that have, AI powered flashcards that make you see flashcards that you miss a lot, right? So let's say you miss linear equations a lot, you're gonna see a lot of flashcards about linear equations. So it's like in your brain, drilled in your brain, so you're no longer messing up on those problems. This is why I just personally like the idea of using AI powered study tools, because technology is coming a long way, and it's really gonna help you know what your projected score is, or what you're most likely gonna end up getting on the SAT, how you're doing on the subsections of every section, right? Like linear equations, quadratics. So you need that detailed report, right? You want to look at your analytics, you want to look at what you're messing up on, because that's how you can really fix the small things, fix the small holes you have in your SAT knowledge, so that way the overall hole is gone, and now your SAT score has improved 200, 300, 400 points. And this is a proper way to study for the SAT, using these 5 tips and combining them to make the ultimate SAT study plan, learn the ultimate SAT techniques, patterns, a bunch of free resources. There's also paid resources like my course. It's all up to you guys. But no matter what, I want you guys to get the gold score. So do what you have to do and comment down below which tip of these was your favorite. Peace.